I'm Niladri. We'll be discussing about PRACH planning today. We'll having a second layer of session for PRACH planning also. Today is the introduction one. So first of all, let's understand what is the requirement of PRACH planning. So as we know, for we need PRACH in LT for all this kind of requirements, like for initial connection or service request, or when we are doing handover, or when we are reconfiguring the connection, or re-establishment of the connection, or when we recover the uplink sync. If there is a sync failure, we recover that uplink signaling. So for this reasons, we need a PRACH. Moving on to the requirements in the planning tool to plan the PRACH, because this is a very crucial factor, the PRACH preambles. We have only 64 preambles per cell, so we need to have the users randomly accessing the network, and we have to provide preamble for all the accessible users. And to get the maximum chance of PRACH success, we have to plan it properly. We are having 838 number of JHC sequence, JADF2 sequence, which is used for PRACH root sequence. So this 838 we use in our LT network, so that we are having 64 unique preamble, and we have to make sure we do not interfere with the neighboring eNodeB preamble also, to avoid a collision or clash of the same preamble being sent by the eNodeB, or it's not being planned properly, or the JHC sequence starting or end of root sequence index is not proper, or the NCS is not proper. So all these things we have to plan in a tool. So the requirement for this will be all these points I have written here. Like, we have to get the cell radius, we need to understand the propagation radius and propagation factor. We give the input to the tool, so that we get a good output, and we can plan a proper PRACH sequencing and PRACH plan. So we are having coverage radius, minimum signal and label required. During planning, we need to give these details. Shadowing we have to consider, and if we don't want to consider, that is okay, we may not consider this point. Cell edge coverage probability we have to consider. Indoor coverage, and we have to consider the area, which area we are going to plan this PRACH. Cell filter is an important stuff. If we do not want to take some cells into the planning tool, and we do not want to make a tool output planning, rather than we would be preferring some manual planning, or we don't want to plan particular cell. So in cell filter, we can put those names of the cells, which cells we do not want to do the PRACH planning. So that's the cell filter. Then the output from the tool for us would be NCS. Then we'll get the proper cell radius. We'll get the start of root sequence index. Let's say I'm starting from 132 and I'm stopping at let's say 189. So start and end of root sequence indexes out of this 838 numbers of total JADF2 sequence, which is used as a PRACH root sequence for planning. Then we'll get the reuse tire and reuse distance also. So what is the distance? We can reuse this, and what is let's say reuse tire would be some 50 or 30, as per the details given earlier, and as per the root sequence index planning. Then reuse distance also will be getting from the tool. Apart from this, if you want to do manual planning, so we need to understand few factors here, like total JHC sequence. So the correlation factor we have to check, and it is already proven, like if you have different GFC sequence in the different neighboring cells, and the NCS and everything is proper, we'll have least interference in terms of accessing the network, and the PRAT success will be close to 100%. That's what is our aim, to get a maximum PRAT success ratio. So 38 number of total GHC sequence used as PRAT root sequence in LTE. Then we are having 64 preambles sequences per cell, and that depends, like we have contention based or contention resolution. Like Node B has specified some preambles for the users, some are randomly selected. So it's very important to understand the PRAT planning. So this is all about the introduction and how to put the values in the tool, and what all we are expecting in the output as a tool, and how to plan it. In the next session, we'll be properly going through each individual item and the parameter and the values, and a proper output with an example, how to do a successful PRAT planning. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned to the next video for the extensive study of PRAT planning and with example. Thank you so much.